Imagine waking up in the dead of night, the air thick with smoke, your streets swallowed by a towering wall of flame. By the time the ash settled, 13,000 homes and over 80 churches had been completely erased from the map. Yet the trigger for all this devastation was entirely mundane, a routine, everyday accident in a small bakery owned by Thomas Farriner on Pudding Lane. Look at this historical map. You can see medieval London's core vulnerability, tightly packed blocks of wooden housing hugging the river. Tracing these labyrinthine streets, notice the lack of space. Buildings leaned over the dirt roads, creating a continuous canopy of fuel. The booming English capital had built itself into a massive, interconnected tinderbox, just waiting for a single, uncontained spark to ignite it. That spark arrived at the worst possible moment. An unusually dry summer had baked all the moisture out of the city's timber frames, turning entire neighborhoods into pure kindling. Then came the wind. Gale-force gusts acted like a bellows, picking up embers from a single burning roof and driving them horizontally across those narrow street gaps. But small fires were common. This one escalated because the Lord Mayor critically underestimated the danger early on, missing the narrow window where buckets and local containment could have actually worked. Once that window closed, panic set in. Merchants abandoned their storefronts, families fled with whatever they could carry, and whole neighborhoods vanished behind the advancing heat. Severe weather amplifiers combined with human hesitation broke the city's ability to defend itself, shifting a severe local accident into a cascading catastrophe. For 4 days, the fire raged unchecked. The atmosphere turned apocalyptic. Thick smoke blotted out the sun. The night sky glowed a terrifying red, and the roar of the flames could be heard from miles away. The extreme temperature of the inferno is best proven by the fate of St. Paul's Cathedral. The fire burned so intensely that it actually melted the massive lead roof right off the stone structure. Recognizing that standard water tactics were entirely useless against an inferno of this scale, King Charles II stepped in to take direct command. His solution was the fire break. To starve the flames, you must remove their fuel source. Authorities deliberately tore down thousands of completely intact homes, clearing wide gaps in the fire's path so the flames would hit bare dirt and die out. It was a brutal paradox of crisis management. To save the rest of London, the Crown had to intentionally destroy its own infrastructure. The strategy finally broke the fire's momentum. By September 6th, it was contained. Much of medieval London was leveled and tens of thousands were homeless. Yet, the official death toll recorded incredibly few casualties. Today, historians treat those official records with deep skepticism, acknowledging the true human cost in the chaos of those 4 days was likely far higher. The disaster acted as a harsh reset button. It forced a total reevaluation of how a capital city must be engineered to survive. The chaotic wooden structures of the past were outlawed. The rebuild required strong, non-combustible materials, making brick and stone mandatory for new architecture. Let's pull back and look at the full scope of this historical map. The sprawling, claustrophobic layout we see here was completely erased. In its place, planners designed much wider avenues that would naturally act as permanent fire breaks. The Great Fire remains a monumental lesson in failure analysis. It proved that even total ruin can provide the precise blueprint needed to engineer a safer, far more resilient civilization.